Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for October 2nd, 2025. We've got Plunder and Dark Ages today. And we don't have great trashing options. We've got Cage, which is generally meh, and then we've got the possibility of Prize Goat from Wealthy Village or Prosper. Mining Road Cage does make that a little bit better. The big problem with Cage is just that you only get one shot in a way to line it up with your junk, but if you gain a Cage with a Mining Road in play, you can time it so that it arrives when you want it to. So I think that actually looks pretty reasonable. All right. So then plus actions from Wealthy Village. Just Wealthy Village. I guess launch as well. Draw is Catacombs. Launch is a bit of draw, but it's a very expensive way to draw. It's not, I mean, in a way, like you are going to draw a card when you buy launch, but you're not really using it like for draw for the most part. Gains, lots of gains. Wealthy Village and Prosper can give you loot, which give you gains. Rogue can be gains, but more straightforwardly, Abundance and Mining Road give plus buy. Band of Misfits looks absolutely atrocious. All it can do is play Vagrant, which isn't, yeah, that's basically nothing. So I think the goal here is going to be pretty straightforward to play like a Wealthy Village Catacombs deck. And then also we're going to want to mix in a Trickster because curses, while not literally impossible to get rid of, are going to be certainly annoying to get rid of. So in the opening here, we could just go double silver. We could go silver abundance. I think those are basically the two options. Maybe if we had a 4-3, there's a world where we would consider launching on turn 2 just to make 2 estates miss the shuffle, but as it is, we're not going to do that. Silver abundance. The problem with getting abundance early is that you need to be able to buy an action card. And like, I guess if you had 4 coins and an abundance, you buy a Vagrant and then you can buy a 5 where you wouldn't otherwise be able to, but you're gonna basically have to have had the abundance in play already for that to be like useful. Otherwise, like if you had 4 coins in abundance, you might as well have just had a silver and then you would have hit 5 anyway. And if you have 3 coins in abundance, it doesn't even work. So yeah, I don't love opening abundance. I think we just go for the silver. I can see maybe getting abundance later. It will help with Wealthy Village activation. Yeah. Okay, I'm reconsidering now because of that. Like, yes, it is arguably a little bit worse at initially hitting 5, but being able to activate Wealthy Village early would be pretty good. Give a shot at getting Prize Goat and certainly enabling us to hit 5 again more frequently once we get the loot in the deck. Although, admittedly, you know, part of me wants Mining Road as first 5 to do the Cage thing. I think though that the possibility to get that off is still, I think, worth going for it. All right. Now the question is, do we just take another one? I think so. Well, okay then. Bottom decked both of our opening buys. Wasn't I just talking yesterday about how I keep bottom decking my opening buys? Not both of them, not sombreroing, but at least bottom decking one of them. What the fuck is happening? Alright. Do we want one more silver? Probably. Probably. The good news is that the silver and the abundance together gives us a decent shot at doing the wealthy village thing right away. Well, they go for trickster first. Yeah, I can see the argument for that. Alright, so we do have exactly the situation where we can go like vagrant wealthy village if we want to. I think we probably do. I guess vagrant won't be terrible here with curses coming in either. Doubloons! Oh, no! That is not what I wanted. Oh no. What if we just launch here? Like, if we draw a copper, whatever, if we draw our abundance, we can just play it and have it set up for later. We draw silver, we can take a vagrant, I guess. Yeah, alright, fine. This time we only have like the 6, so I think we either launch or buy nothing. Probably buy nothing. Launching doesn't really seem to do very much here, I wouldn't think. Like, if we got another abundance in play, that'd be nice. Okay, so we have up to 10, but we don't have it in a way where we can buy 2 5s, which is annoying. We have a copper on top, so we could launch, buy a vagrant, and then buy a 5. That seems reasonable. I think... yeah, the alternative is... well, I mean, we end up buying a vagrant to activate the abundances anyway, so... okay, and so now the question is... do we take the mining road? Do we take another wealthy village? Do we take a trickster? We could take a catacombs. Like, we want all of these cards. But which one do we want most? Bot has 2 tricksters already? Ugh. Well, next turn we can do another wealthy village because we're going to have the doubloons and the gold. We haven't seen those yet. So... a little little less urgency to doing that this turn. I mean, I guess we could flip that around and say, like, if somehow we don't have any copper left, which I don't think could possibly be the case, but we could, you know, get some other 5 next turn. I guess it's nice to have the extra, if we're going to get a wealthy village anyway, it's nice to have the extra information. I am thinking... I'm thinking we go wealthy village now, catacombs maybe. Going another shuffle without a trickster could be dangerous, admittedly. I'm gonna the wealthy village. All right. Oh, we're almost at prosper. Dang. I'm worried about this curse situation. At the same time, I want to be able to like move through my deck. I want catacombs. Ugh. And I want to do the mining road cage thing. This is really not a great shuffle with this distribution of coins either. Again. I think I'm going to take the catacombs. I don't believe in the... like, move towards deck control and then give out curses faster later. And even if we lose the curse split a little bit, it's fine. Okay, so this is 10. Copper on top. I don't think there's any reason to launch into that. Could just go with another wealthy village and a catacombs. Sure. Sextant, let's go. Okay, we can't get a wealthy village here. Do we get another catacombs? Or do we get a mining road or a trickster? We do have the sextant. That makes me feel better about not just getting a catacombs. I think I'm going to go mining road. Oh, 4 curses. I don't really want to trigger the shuffle here, do I? No. Could launch and do this. So we can get Vagrant in a 5 here. I think... another... well... maybe we should go ahead and get a trickster. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna lose the curse split, that seems clear, but maybe we can lose it not so badly now that we've got some catacombs and a sextant. Ugh. Oh, Insignia launch. That's too good. Do we want this doubloons on top? Probably not. Well, actually, we could launch into it. Wait, what does that do? Never mind. Yeah, we only have 4 here. If we had 5, we could launch into it and then buy a wealthy village. As it is, I think I just want to find my draw. I mean, of course we didn't do that here. I don't know. I guess we're going to take a couple vagrants. Ooh, we get to set aside the sextant. That's really good. And register that they'd gained hammer. Hammer isn't so great here. We do have another catacombs down there, but get the mining road. Like, we could do the cage thing. The vagrant might find another cageable card. Nope. We could potentially launch into a cageable card after playing the sextant. We might as well see what we've got. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. Okay. Or, well, if we set aside the 2 coppers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 12. Well, 12 works pretty well. All right, so let's do... I think I'm going to go ahead and discard all of this. We have a catacombs down there. We want to see a wealthy village next turn. Oh, I forgot about the launch. Right. Well... So we're going to go Vagrant and a 5. Plus the cage, I guess. Oh. Right. 2 Vagrants. Okay. I guess we're getting another wealthy village. Well, we could use another catacombs too. Well, the piles are getting low. Ah! Alright, hold on. Thing is, we saw all of our wealthy villages this turn. We do have launch, though. Bail us out. Yeah, let's get the catacombs and just not take any vagrants. I probably forgot about the money I needed to spend on the cage anyway. Yeah, somehow the bot has ended up with more of the deck control pieces than I have, I think. Very annoying. Well, shit. Come on. Where's my... I need a wealthy village. Not all of my catacombs together. Come on. I have to... fuck. I have to take this. Like, if I skip these, what am I even doing? Oh, man. I mean, I guess... this is terrible. Come on. That's so uncalled for. We have the mining road too, and we have a perfectly good cage opportunity. We can't do it. Ugh. Oh, you know why? It's because we bottom decked both of our opening buys. Shouldn't forget about that. Ah, man. And now the piles are running low. We can't necessarily afford to put more deck control in. God damn it! This is... like, I really don't want to just single province. I feel like that's just bad. But at the same time, what the hell else are we gonna do? Like, kind of need another wealthy village. Another catacombs. Just hope the bot has a dud or something. I don't know. The fact that we already saw all of our catacombs this shuffle is already going to make us duds, so that's wonderful. Like, look at this. The bot gets to line up its wealthy villages and its catacombs? Why? Why does it get to do that? Do we want to trigger a shuffle here? I don't even know. Guess it doesn't matter. I suppose we might as well give them the curse. It's hardly gonna be a difficult thing for them to empty anyway. Maybe we take a King's Cash as a way of like adding some reach into our deck. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna matter what we do really. But oh Jesus. Now we have to discard the mining road again. I guess I probably should have just gone with mining road as my first 5. Oh, great. I don't know. Well, the bot got a prize goat. That must have happened at the end. Okay. I mean, obviously having all those curses hurt. But I think... I don't know. I think a lot of that was about the draws. I mean, I think, yeah, if we believe in the ability to get deck control via cage, and I don't know, maybe I don't, but maybe we should not be opening with the abundance. I should just go double silver to mining road. This is too much of my money. Yeah. At least we didn't bottom deck both of our opening buys. So if we launch here and draw our mining road, is that good or is it bad? We get to cage 2 estates, which is good. But we don't get to cage 4 cards, which is bad. We're not going to get to cage 2 estates the rest of the shuffle. So I think I'm going to do the launch. Well, this isn't really... Yeah, see, this is the problem with going for the mining road first, is that, like, there's no reason to believe that the mining road is going to line up with junk any more than the cage would. I mean, it gets more chances. All right, we could launch a copper off the top. Actually seems pretty reasonable. And then go ahead and get a trickster, I guess. We do need to get an abundance to get a wealthy village thing going. So we're going to have the tension between that and the cage. Oh, but once we get the cage, no, we don't need abundance. I hadn't thought about that, actually. Not thought about that. Let's go ahead and take a catacombs, I think. Uh... Not sure what to do here. We could launch and hope we draw either our catacombs or a vagrant or another junk card. I mean, there's not much else in our deck, I guess. And then get a cage. The mining road misses the shuffle. We cage one more card. And we get the cage in play. I guess we could take another vagrant before we did it. Well, no, but then we might not have the 2 coins. Never mind. And if we did, because we have to play a copper, yeah. Okay. Now we have a cage in play. I think I'm just gonna launch. Oh my god, the double trickster is coming in. Gotta play the catacombs first. So down there, like this would be another good turn to get another cage. And the odds that we draw the mining road without any money have got to be pretty low. Yeah. Okay, we're getting somewhere here, I think. Well, we could risk launching if we draw. So what do we have set aside? Estate plus estate. So we do have another estate in our deck. Yeah, it's probably not worth it. All right, do we get another cage? I don't think so. Bot got a third trickster? The bot's just not going for Wealthy Village stuff at all, I guess, this time? I don't know. This is part of the reason we don't necessarily want to... If we like use the mining road on cage, we can't do that. So like setting aside 3 cards and only one of them is a estate or curse is not as good. Anyway, probably another catacombs now. Orb has got to be better than Amphora. Prize goat. This would be a good cage. What is that last card? I think it's a Wealthy Village, right? We didn't see... No, wait, we did see our Wealthy Village last turn, right? No, we didn't. Yeah, alright, so there's no reason to launch into that. Just... Do. We still have an estate out? Damn it. I guess I do want to see the mining road, though. If we discard this, it's just going to trigger a shuffle, and we're going to end up with 2 bad cards on top anyway, so I guess we'll just take this. We do one more cage. We're gonna have, like, so... Let's see, okay, so 1 copper, 2 copper, 3, 4 copper. So this would be all of our copper. And then all of our estates. We have 5 curses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if we don't get the last curse, we'll have actually caged all of our junk. Odds are we probably will, since the bot has second trickster. I think I said 3 tricksters, but no, I have a trickster. Okay. Anyway. No. So yeah, let's get the cage. So what does that mean those 2 cards are? It's not either of our loots, right? We have our amphora. No, it is. So our orb is down there. Well, launching into that doesn't actually accomplish anything other than getting it off the top of the deck, which does have some value. The other card maybe is just a Vagrant? I could believe that. So probably we do want to launch that off. Probably. I think we want to get another wealthy village. King's Cash wouldn't be unreasonable either. But we have a little bit of excess money now that we can spend on launch. Is my reasoning to do this now, rather than like next turn we could potentially play it and launch if we needed to. All right, we did get the last curse, unfortunately. Would have been nice to just not, but cages. Put them into your hand at end of turn, so not have a sword again. It does. Ugh. That's not good. That's not good. When we're ready to start greening, we ideally here want to delay greening as long as possible. Okay. We could launch into a thing here. Oh, wait. Before we do that, should look at whether we want to get a King's Cash. That, like, refunds money, so it seems pretty good. And actually, unfortunately, King's Cashing jewels leaves the King's Cash stuck out. If we were to get another mining road right now, launch into the mining road, costs us 6 coins. We'd have 3. Yeah, that wouldn't actually be enough. But if we did the King's Cash thing first, so if we do King's Cash, orb, like that, and then we do mining road, launch. That costs us 6. We're at 5. No, that doesn't work. Okay. Well, we could also buy Prosper. For 3 more coins, we get a loot, basically. Like, assuming we don't want this other stuff. I mean, we could take 1 more cage to put aside this 1 curse. That's not even necessarily a bad idea. But... we could also use orb. Like, we could... Unfortunately, we don't have, like, a Catacombs or something. If we had, like, could buy, like, Catacombs Prosper, we could use orb to play Catacombs. And then if we gained, like, a King's Cash, a gold, whatever, like, we could play some of the other stuff, but it doesn't quite work. I mean, we could orb the cage to set aside the 1 curse. Honestly, that doesn't seem worth it, though. I think we just want all the money now. I don't think playing this for next turn is worth... I think 1 gold should be fine. I don't think I want the other stuff. And then... we have an action to spare, partially because of... well, we haven't even clicked launch this turn. So I think, like, we can afford to do Mining Road Catacombs. Probably set aside the King's Cash, right? Well, we are going to have to launch immediately. Doesn't really matter whether we take this or not, except for the silver, I guess. Discard. Okay. I suppose another thing we could consider doing with Cage that I should have thought about last turn is caging the Vagrants. Oh, but the bot does have a sword, right? It's just like, if we have excess Vagrants, we can set them aside and then have them like come into our hand for the turn where it's relevant, if it's relevant. Ideally, we somehow end the game without it ever coming up, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. Anyway, all right, so we clearly want to get... we probably want to prosper again. We want to gain another King's Cash. Then we want to King's Cash the King's Cash, the Orb, and the 2 Amphoras, which means we play gold, silver, jewels. We also get to King's Cash Mining Road, one other thing. We don't even want to King's Cash a jewels. We're not going to buy Prosper a second time or another King's Cash anyway. We could do the cage thing and just set aside the 1 curse and be like, well, you know, good enough. Caging the Vagrants. I mean, the Vagrants aren't going to do anything in our deck. I guess there's no reason not to. So we could do that. The Vagrants, as long as there's no green or purple in our deck, they just get in the way. And once there is green or purple in our deck, we'll have them back. So. Oh. Or we could play this. That seems better. That is a pretty good amount of money. Is there a win off of that? Eight estates and 5 vagrants. Can we afford that? Yeah, we can. Well, all right. I guess I won't take any more treasures then. I was just, how recently was I just saying, like, oh, I don't know if it's going to be possible to end the game without doing that. Okay, so yeah, going more directly for the mining road does seem to have been the way. It is worth noting that the bot didn't play this the same at all, and I didn't bottom deck my opening buys this time. But I still think, yeah, I still think it was a mistake to go for the early wealthy village the first time with the abundance. Skipping it entirely, getting to wealthy village activation via cage looks good. Yeah, like we really did get deck control. Straight up. And yeah, it's just I think that's the way. So yeah, that's, I mean, the bot's approach, I think, was better. Like in the first game, like if you didn't weren't going to do the cage thing anyway, I think the bot's approach seems to have been better in terms of getting, like, going more aggressively for Trickster. But I think here, like, I'm not sure that we would have cared too much if we hadn't played with Trickster at all. We took 6 curses. I mean, I guess we wouldn't have been able to end the game this turn if we hadn't been giving out curses, and we might have taken an extra curse or 2 before being in the position to end the game, but it probably wouldn't have mattered too much. I mean, the Trickster setting aside a treasure thing, you know, is also like some value, but obviously, like, you have to draw through the Trickster itself, so I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, wow, look at this hand. I guess we added a whole bunch of estates to our deck, right? So it's like, wait, shouldn't we have one more non-junk card? But no, we drew 2 estates that were. How did we even? Oh, the Vagrant is from. No, that's not. Wait, how? 7 coppers, 5 curses, 3 estates, and then we drew. Oh, the King's Cash was set aside by the Trickster. That's fine. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I think, yeah, without the cage thing, getting deck control it seems to be slow enough that going for the Trickster harder earlier like works better. But yeah, I'm glad that there was a method, even if I failed to navigate to it in my first attempt. To a method to get like proper deck control here. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.